Hey YouTube, so today I'm going to teach you how to do your splits. We're going to start off with some stretches that will help make it easier to do the splits. Doing the splits is actually kind of hard depending on how naturally flexible you are, or if you actually stretch all the time. You have to stretch at least every day for at least 2 weeks or more, depending if you're naturally flexible or not. For me, it only took a little bit, but I can't really put a number of days on it. But you do have to push yourself, because if you just sit where it's comfortable, you're not going to get anywhere. You at least have to feel some pain, because if you don't feel any pain, as they say, no pain, no gain, which is actually kind of true, which I thought it was just dumb, but it's actually true. So you're going to have to stretch your hamstrings, your hip flexors, and your calf muscles. Because if you don't, you'll pull your hamstrings, and you could pop your hip out of place or dislocate it. And dislocating it, I've heard, hurts. I haven't done it. But I'm pretty sure I popped my hip out of place, but I popped it back. And if you don't stretch your calves, I've learned that it does in one spot burn. It's usually like past like mid-calf, so it's like where the middle of your calf is, and it's between like your ankle and mid-calf, like right in there. It'll like start burning really bad. Yeah, and your hamstrings, if you pull them, it hurts to do everything. Yeah, so just don't. So we're gonna start off with a lunge. I'm gonna lower my camera, and so since I am stretching on hardwood floor, I'm using a pillow for my knees. So this is my left knee, this is my right leg, and let's get back a little bit. You're going to want to stretch really deep, really deep. Hold that for at least 30 seconds. I'm sorry, I have spandex on. Hold that for like 30 seconds. Do that for each of them, and then go back, and you want to take your chest and your stomach and put it flat on your leg, so it's not head to knee, unless you're like beginning and you like never stretch and you are like really tight and stuff. So just go chest and stomach to full leg, so it'll look like this. Your head should be on your shins, and you should feel a burning in here on your hamstrings, and this should be really tight, unless you're like, I don't know, like super limber or something. And then you want to switch. I've already stretched, so that's why I'm not doing it super fast. And then you're gonna want to stretch this really hard too. Make sure your knee's not going over your foot, because you will hurt yourself. And if it's too far ahead like this, you will hurt yourself too. But I mean, you can get a stretch, but it's just the risk of getting hurt is just a lot higher if you're not in the correct position. Okay, so after you stretch that and do all of that, yeah, I'm not as flexible on my left side. After you do all of that, you're going to want to take pillows like this. And for some people, I know when I was starting out, when my split was just kind of like this was my split, I'd have to put one on my knee and on my foot, like the bottom of it, like on the top. I guess it was like this, but on the bottom for that now. Because it helps it slide, and while it's helping it slide, it also comforts instead of just like hardwood floor and just like it. Yeah, it's beautiful. So you want to take these. These are just couch pillows, and there's 3 of them here. And when you do your split, this method I actually found online. I can't remember which video I watched, but it helps when you do it, and like you'll do your split over these pillows, and while you're doing it over these pillows, you're actually going to hold it. You're going to hold your split, and while you're holding your split, you want to flex all of your leg muscles, your hip flexors, and your calf muscles, and make sure to point your toes as hard as possible. Make sure everything from your hip flexors down is completely flexed as hard as you can. Okay, so to get into it, you want to start with your toes like your back foot. Some people, they like to put their foot back like this and slide. I mean, that's what I do. And then when I get to a certain point, I point it and slide. But that's what I do when I'm standing and going down. Most people, when they go down, they do this. Or you can just go into a lunge and then slide down. But don't like do this, because I've noticed it hurts more than it does. So make sure you straighten both your back and front legs. So if I were to just slide down, I would just slide. And if this is as far as you are, straighten both front and back and flex. Like if you see my leg, it's flexed really hard. And then when I let it go, just like you notice that it goes up and then it goes down. And then when you hold that, flex. And flex, flex, flex. You can let yourself down. Okay. Since I'm on top of pillows, it's pushing me up. So what you want to do, point your toe. Sit on top of these pillows like this, keeping that back leg straight as possible. It's really hard, I know. And flex your leg. Flex it, flex it, flex it. Count to 30. Flex, flex, flex. And let go. You'll notice that after a while, this is actually very comfortable. This to me is just like sitting on a chair. And then after you get really good, and then come back up, you can start taking pillows away. So now when you're down to like however many, I know I started out with 5 and I worked my way down to 3 in only, I think, 1 or 2 days. Yeah. But then after a while, it'll seem like it's getting a lot easier and you won't really think about it as much and it'll just be a lot easier. Make sure your hips are in place too. So, yeah, see my hips are out of place. That was wrong. I want to make sure it's nice and lined up. And flex, flex, flex. Top and bottom, flex, 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 flex. Hold it, and release. Okay. We're down to 2 now. I know I'm not holding it long because I already have my split pretty much down. I might have like a centimeter or less of a gap. So this one I picked for the bottom because it's super flat. And so you just want to like slide correctly into it and just sit in that out. Sit in that position and hold and flex. Arching your back actually helps too. Position. There we go. And after you've flexed, and you're sitting in a flexed position, you can remove that last pillow and try and touch the ground. So flex at the top, take a deep breath, align correctly, deep breath, and slide. And since you're all the way down, put your hand in the air. I like to keep my hand on this side so I don't fall over, but keep it there, and you're done. Thank you for watching my video on how to do the splits. I hope this helped you.